Why can't I find that email? No, I think I didn't do that. I think the facts and all of that was covered in the email I sent.
27.
Yeah, in the 27. And then remember, I did a summary of the 27 and the dockets that we collected. And that is when I said to you, I need to consult with Fadil because...
Wait, remember, wait. Remember, Drew, the authorization is the 6th of December. Y'all got the dockets on the 9th of December. So you wouldn't have had the dockets.
No, I didn't have the dockets. We only received the dockets because on the 6th, you sent the letter to Sentumule.
Yes,
yeah.
That is what I'm saying. So what would you have based, and that's what I'm trying to get to. You based your facts on the section 27.
Correct.
Did you check to anyone before that, or did you base your facts on anything else for us to have those other names?
It was on the page that you gave me. That's why those names are there.
And how do we arrive at some of those other offenses like forgery and uttering and...
Forgery and uttering, we generally put in our 28.
That's how I explained it, but he said, I have abused my power by doing that.
No, it's a standard thing because out of fraud, we get forgery and uttering.
And that's what I said. When you look at that one paragraph where he says the alleged manipulation of procurement processes, that with the PFMA and fraud, almost invariably, there is forgery and uttering.
Yeah.
And that if we don't put it in, then we can't deal with it.
And remember with the...
So what they're doing is, they dissect word for word.
Yeah, that's why I stopped watching.
Yeah. Today I must have been the dumbest lawyer South Africa has seen.
Are you done for the day?
Yeah, I'm actually feeling sick. I got sick last week, remember?
Yeah.
And I had a panic attack. So for the first time, I'm taking meds for it. And after a while, I just felt I was zoned. And I realized I wasn't even paying attention.
No, but to answer your question, the names that I obtained or placed in the 2813 was the page with your handwriting and the names of the suspects. And then when I asked about it, you said that you, Dylan consulted with Fadil, and that's how the names came up.
I must talk to Dylan. If we have to have a quick WhatsApp call later, is it okay with you?
No, that's fine. I'm free.
Yeah, because, otherwise I'm very confused because they need to know from me tomorrow. Where did I get these names? And I need to understand where did I get those names. Now, it's fine if you say you got it from me, but I don't know where I got it from.
What you told me is that Dylan obtained it after consultation with Fadil. That is my understanding of it.
Okay. All right. I'll have to speak to him. I have to speak to him because he must have notes somewhere.
If you look at my emails, ask him to check the emails.
My laptop was stolen, so my laptop was stolen in January last year, so I've lost lots of my stuff.
But ask Dylan to check because he has his emails on his phone. There's an email between him, you, and I about the names as well as about the documents, the ones that were slotted in under Fadil's door. So there was a trailing email between us. He should remember.
Okay. I'll talk to him, and then if you don't mind, we'll chat a bit later on. Or else, I go there. I've already now abused my power by not asking where these names came from. I said to them, what? Maybe I had a discussion with you. I just can't remember right now. And which would then be true. Drew, we had a discussion.
Yeah.
If you say that there was this paper. But where did this paper come from? Where would those names have come from?
That was what our conversation was. It came from consultation with Dylan and Fadil, and then you had written it down. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to talk to him, then you and I will check it. But thank you. And sorry, but they asked me for the name of every person who's dealt with the matter.
No, it's fine. I don't even know what's happening. I'll be very honest with you. I stopped watching because we are so busy with preparation for blue lights that I just don't have the time to listen.
And don't watch because it will really, if they call you, you leave the country.
Okay. Oh God. Okay.
It's not what you know.
Okay. No.
Today I didn't know section 28. I didn't know section 27. I know nothing. I'm as dumb as two bricks.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But it's okay because, you know what? Whether we like it or not, they're going to make our names shit anyway because you can just see. You know, especially when, remember he's a judge. You know, for him to make a comment, oh, well, this is basic law 101. I'm surprised you don't know it with your 30 years experience.
Oh, I don't even know what to say to that.
Exactly. And he's doing it, and he makes faces. They laugh with each other while you're still answering. It's so unprofessional.
Yeah, no, I don't want to go there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what we're all going to do, but it's just going to be a shit show. But I'm going to talk to them then quickly.
Okay, but ask him to check my emails from, it must have been around the 11th, 12th or 13th of December because I went on leave on the 14th of December. So it would have been the 11th, the 12th or the 13th of December.
But he would have had to speak to Fadil after Fadil gave us the 27th, remember?
Yeah. No, his indication is that he had spoken to him in December, so it was late November.
Yeah, late November.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Fadil's 27 is dated 21 November. So he would have had to speak to him between 21 November and the 5th of December, because on the 6th we signed the authorization with these extra names.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm going to talk to him.
Okay, Mama.
All right, thanks,
No
Drew.
problem.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Thank you, Chair, Commissioners. Ms. Ramsamy, you refer to Advocate Johnson as Mama. Why is that? You can switch on your mic.
When I started with ID, before it became IDAC, Advocate Johnson was the head of office. And we had a choice between calling her ID or Mama J. And I respectfully call her that because she's not a bad person. She's not. When I got sick, she was there. She was she's kind. It's just the work ethic that I have a problem with. And so I respectfully call her Mama.
Okay. So
I just cut the J part out.
Okay, this was the recording on the 22nd of July where you telling her how those names came about.
Correct.
And you are referencing emails that were sent in December 2024 where Mr. Perumal indicated that he had consulted with Mr. Adams.
Correct.
And those emails you have provided to us, we'll get to that. But if I understand it, the emails you are referring to in that recording are emails that were sent after, in response to your docket report. Then go back into your statement to deal with the 2813 investigation, which is on page 21 at paragraph 49.
Mr. Apesu?
No, page 21, paragraph 49.
49.
2813 investigation.
Returning to the events of December 2024, on the 6th of December 2024, before the staff meeting, I went to Mr. Apesu, who had been designated as one of the investigators in the Adams referral. I trusted Mr. Apesu. I had to show him the affidavit because I had such unease about what I was instructed to do, especially given the lack of substantiation of the allegations contained in this Section 27 referral affidavit, and the fact that I had been given names of suspects to include in the Section 2813 application. that I simply couldn't reconcile with the contents of the Section 27 referral affidavit. Paragraph 50. Mr. Rapesu briefly perused the affidavit before I had to return it to Advocate Johnson shortly before the staff meeting. I went to Advocate Johnson's office and returned the Section 27 referral affidavit, and she gave me the signed 2813 authorization. There was a meeting scheduled for 11 a.m. with the team assigned to the Adams referral, which took place in Advocate Johnson's office. Present in the meeting was Advocate Johnson, Mr. Perumal, Mr. Rapesu. Mr. Padiachi and Vessels were not present, and I. Mr. Padiachi and Mr. Vessels were not present in this meeting. Before I deal with the events that transpired from the 6th of December 2024, I want to make it clear that Advocate Johnson and Mr. Perumal launched an orchestrated attack on General Masiamula and General Kumalo using IDAC's powerful investigation tools. And this will become evident in my statement and testimony.
Sorry, as I understand this, correct me if I'm wrong, the attacks were made at the meeting or not?
I make the statement.
Or do you mean they were made as the investigation was going on?
I think when my second statement is before Chair, for the 22nd of January, Chair will understand the clear picture, including the notes.
Okay.
But I don't make a statement of this nature lightly.
All right. No, thank you.
Can I also just seek clarification? So when you say an orchestrated attack from the 6th of December, you are referring to the investigations themselves being an orchestrated attack?
Correct.
Okay, and when you say using IDAC's powerful tools, it is the tools that one finds in Section 28, for example, the investigation itself.
28, 6, and 7 specifically, which has no judicial oversight, but is signed. And if I may give an example, yesterday, Chair was very concerned about a 28 that was sent with regards to Fadil Adams' arrest and who made the arrest. Had that been a Section 205 of the Criminal Procedure Act, an affidavit explaining the request would have been accompanied, and a magistrate would have interrogated the reasons.
Okay. Go to page 22, paragraph 51.
Paragraph 51. Everything about the process was concerning. 51.1. The speed with which everything had to be done without any evidentiary basis, and in certain instances, against my strict instructions to the investigators. The makeup of the team, while Mr. Manilal was designated as the Deputy Director of Public Prosecution, he had no involvement in the matter. I was the only prosecutor who had to report directly to Advocate Johnson. Mr. Sissoko, who for all intents and purposes is the Chief Operating Officer of IDAC, was not aware of the matter. The lack of evidence on the Mukwele matter, I distinguish this matter from the Lushaba matter, where there was a prima facie case. But in my view, I questioned whether it was within IDAC's mandate to investigate the Lushaba matter. The timing of certain decisions and actions. Paragraph 52. Returning to the meeting, it was a short meeting. Advocate Johnson informed us that she will be supervising the matter personally, like she had done in the July 2023 referral. As will become evident, Advocate Johnson was not merely supervising. She was dictating key decisions throughout the investigation. Before we left Advocate Johnson's office, she said that the dockets had to be collected that day and instructed me to draft a written request immediately for her signature. And she repeated that the dockets must be collected today. I did not understand the urgency, especially as it was Friday and nothing would happen until Monday anyway. She told me to address the letter to Major General. There is an error here. I was told to address the letter to Major General Kumalo. I didn't know the first name at the time, as I had previously explained. Mr. Perumal instructed Mr. Rapesu to collect the dockets immediately. He should not wait for the letter because he, Mr. Perumal, wanted to take the dockets home with him to Eastern Cape. Mr. Perumal also mentioned that Mr. Padiachi had already been briefed on the matter. I found this very strange because we were being briefed for the first time on the Section 2813 authorization, and it had only been signed earlier that morning. Clearly, Mr. Padiachi was briefed on an investigation that he knew would be authorized before it was authorized. Allow me to digress again before I continue the timeline.
The next...
Sorry, can you please reread the sentence starting, I found this strange?
Yes, Chair. I found this strange because we were being briefed for the first time and the Section 2813 authorization had just been signed earlier that morning.
Thank you.
Okay. Then the next subtopic is, did Mr. Padiachi see, there's a missing E there, the Section 27 referral affidavit? This is the question that Chair, or the issue that Chair had raised earlier about Mr. Padiachi.
I think it was Commissioner Kumalo who asked. And
No, it was Chair.
Yes.
Okay.
Paragraph 53. I heard the evidence of Mr. Padiachi that he had not seen the Section 27 referral affidavit. I confirm that Mr. Padiachi had not seen the Section 27 referral affidavit in my presence. However, I believe that Mr. Padiachi either saw a draft of the Section 27 affidavit or the signed version. I say this because when Mr. Perumal and Rapesu and I went to Cape Town on the 6th of January 2025, and whilst at the airport, Mr. Rapesu went to collect the rental vehicle. Mr. Perumal complained to me that when him and Mr. Padiachi were in Cape Town in November 2024, there was a shortage of hotels, and they were forced to stay at the Formula One hotel. He expressed how embarrassing it was for him and Mr. Padiachi to meet with a member of parliament at the Formula One. For this reason, I doubt Mr. Padiachi's version that he did not see the Section 27 referral affidavit. Having said that, there was a lot of secrecy around this Section 27 referral affidavit. Had it not been for Mr. Perumal's comments at the airport, I would have believed Mr. Padiachi that he had not seen the Section 27 referral affidavit. As far as I was aware, before Mr. Perumal's comments at the airport, the only people who had seen the Section 27 affidavit was Advocate Johnson, Mr. Perumal, and Rapesu, because I had shown it to him and me.
Is your point that because he was with Mr. Perumal when they were consulting with Mr. Adams in November 2024, he would have seen a draft of that affidavit, or on their way back, he would have seen the signed version?
It could not be possible to sit in a consultation to draft an affidavit and not know the contents thereof or see it.
But he could have waited outside while they were doing that.
I will get to the relationship and the closeness later on, if it will be allowed.
So you are talking about the original affidavit, not the one that has Pretoria and Cape Town issues.
Correct.
Oh, all right, thank you.
But it would seem that when you say it would not be possible that Mr. Pareachi, Colonel Pareachi was with Perumal in Cape Town. A statement was taken that he wouldn't have seen that affidavit. So it must be that you're also referring to the November.
The November statement.
Yeah, the one that was shown here in the commission.
Oh.
Okay.
The one that I referred to here, it could be correct that he didn't see the one that was flighted, because I have heard that that is not the correct one. But my statement here is that the one that I am speaking about, the one that contains the PKTT and the vehicles and the lodges, it would have been improbable that he would have
Was
not
saying that this trip, the two of them in Cape Town, that would have been when they took the affidavit that you saw, the original one,
correct.
not the one that was flighted.
Correct.
Okay, I understand.
Maybe,
Sorry.
sorry, where you need to clarify for Commissioner Baloy. Even the affidavit that you saw, the original one, it was also dated 21 November 2024.
I cannot confirm that. I have a recollection of a different date. I also have a recollection of a conversation between Perumal and myself when this whole debacle of the where is the 27 referral as per my email was happening, where Perumal says to me, no, the ID must check, referring to Advocate Johnson, because I have WhatsApps from the 13th of November where Fadil is asking for things. So
it was November, but you're not sure whether
No, I
it was
cannot
the
confirm the
21st or the 13th.
I cannot confirm the date.
Thank
I just know that may I just point to the 22nd, Advocate Lee? January.
Before you get to that, the one that you saw would have been dated November 2024 as well, because in your application 2813, you referred to the section 27 in November 2024.
Correct.
Okay. But you can't recall who the commissioner was, you can't recall the date, because it wasn't something that you were focused on necessarily at that stage.
No, I think my focus was more on the content of that statement.
Yeah.
And your assumption that the affidavit was taken in November when the two of them were there together is based on the fact that they were there in November and it is a November affidavit. Is that why you think it must have been taken?
That is my thinking, my line of thinking with regards to that. Also, there are later emails that the commission will have sight of where Advocate Johnson, I'm now questioning the veracity of the affidavit itself and the lack thereof in the dockets that were opened. It is at that point that Advocate Johnson even sends me an email saying, ask Chief, he consulted, he should have those things.
Thank you.
Thank you. So if we can then go to the dockets, the topic, the dockets, on page 24, paragraph 55.
Thank you. Paragraph 55. After the meeting, I prepared the letter to Major General Khumalo. I point out again that the letter asks for the Valeria and Orlando dockets mentioned in the 27 referral affidavit, not Cape Town dockets listed in the flighted section 27 affidavit. There was a lot of commotion on that day. I do not refer to outside the office commotion. I'm talking about within the office. Bless you. Mr. Rapesu will elaborate on the docket retrieval issue. Ultimately, on the 9th of December, 2024, I had to change the letter request from Major General Khumalo to Lieutenant General Jacobs. I sent Advocate Johnson a WhatsApp message to tell her that based on the information I received from Mr. Rapesu, the letter had to be changed to Lieutenant General Jacobs. Her response was that I must shed the letter because it was not going to Lieutenant General Jacobs. She said she had written to Divisional Commissioner, Detective Services, Lieutenant General Sentamule. I was still unclear on the process to collect the dockets. Advocate Johnson told me to ask Mr. Rapesu to call Colonel Phillips and ask if Lieutenant General Sentamule had asked Colonel Phillips to hand the dockets over. The WhatsApp exchanges have been provided.
Yes, we can go to file 10, page 113. That's where the WhatsApp exchanges between you and Advocate Johnson that morning.
Correct.
Okay. You can take us through it. Sure. So the black would be yours, and then the white would be Advocate Johnson.
Morning, Advocate Johnson. This is the 9th of December 2024, 8:38 a.m. Morning, Advocate Johnson. I trust you are well. The letter that was sealed for Kumalo has to be changed to Lieutenant General Jacobs. I have the sealed bag. May I leave the details in bag with Ino and await new signed letter? Once received, Mansa has made arrangements to collect the dockets. This is now Advocate Johnson, not going to Jacobs. Shed the letter. I wrote to DivCom on Friday. She will revert today. I state at 8:40, noted, thank you. 11:40, I send another message. Advocate Johnson, my apologies for disturbing you. Please advise what the instructions are about collecting the dockets. Are the investigators to wait upon the reply and you giving them the go-ahead to collect the dockets? Thank you. 114.
You can just go to her reply because that's a repeat of your question, of your message.
Thank you.
So
she replies at 11:40. They must wait till I get the go-ahead. 11:42, I will advise the team. Thank you. I then send another message at 11:44. Mansa received a call to come collect the dockets in 30 minutes in CBD, CBD being Pretoria. Please advise if he should. From a Colonel Phillips. Advocate Johnson replies at 12:00. Ask him to call Colonel Phillips quickly and ask if General Sentamule asked him to give us the dockets. Once you revert, I will tell you what to do. They confirm that
just go to the next page and read it. It's the full message on 115. They confirm.
Thank you. They confirm that it came from General S. They are asking us to also give them a copy of the letter sent for their record purposes. But they will provide the dockets today and we must drop off the letter at our convenience. Advocate Johnson replies, get a copy of the letter to General Sentamule from Ino and take it with. The dockets must be copied immediately and then the originals handed to Ino. Thank you. We'll attend to it now. At 14:53, I send another message. Afternoon, Advocate Johnson. I have received dockets. I have made a copy and handed originals in an envelope to Ino. I will peruse all the sections and provide a report to yourself. She replies, thank you. The next morning.
Okay, we'll get to that later. So then we have to return to your statement at page 24, paragraph 56.
I later confirmed with Advocate Johnson that the dockets were received from Lieutenant General Sentamule and that Rapesu had been requested to provide written request for their record purposes, but that the dockets would be made available that day. Advocate Johnson then asked me to get a copy of the written request to Lieutenant General Sentamule from her assistant, and that it must be delivered when the dockets are collected. She also gave me an instruction that the dockets must be copied immediately and the originals must be handed to her personal assistant. A few hours later, I advised Advocate Johnson that I had received the dockets, a copy was made, and the original placed in an envelope given to her personal assistant. I told her that I would peruse all the sections and prepare a report to her. The request for the dockets was yet another matter that did not sit well with me. We usually request certified copies of the docket, and the originals are retained by whomever the request is addressed to. In this instance, I was asked to request for the original dockets, which is evident from the letter to Major General Khumalo. Before I deal with my report, I must address the issue of the letter to Major General Khumalo. Advocate Johnson testified that we sent the letter requesting the dockets to Major General Khumalo, and that he had indicated that the dockets were not with him or were not his. As stated above, the letter was never sent to Major General Khumalo, and Advocate Johnson knew that because she told me to shed the letter. Advocate Johnson told me that the letter had been changed and addressed to General Sentinel.
Sorry, I may have misunderstood. Was the one that you had to shred not the one that was to go to Lieutenant General Jacobs?
No, Chair.
Yes.
The instruction on the 6th was to draft to Lieutenant General Mbuso Khumalo. That letter was in the envelope that was sealed, marked by hand. That letter was never sent. So when I got to the office on the 9th, that letter was handed in a sealed, almost like an exhibit bag letter, a document thing, and handed to me by Innocent, because obviously Rapeso had to go and fetch the dockets. Rapeso, he had not come to the office with regards to collecting the letter or anything, but he will explain what his actions were. He called me and stated they want the letter changed from Khumalo to Jacobs. I then contacted Advocate Johnson. Remember, I'm not the signatory of the letter. So I'm informing her that the person it is addressed to needs to be changed to Jacobs. She says not to worry, shed the letter, because they've already contacted Sentimule.
Oh.
I apologize for not using the titles